Vivek, you've been waiting very patiently while we were talking to Sai, but I'm sure you found his session interesting. He has a lot of interesting things to say.
Always, I mean,
Yeah.
listening to Sai is always a pleasure, yeah.
So, Kashmir Files, it's been a year now. You've shown it all over the world to more than just the pundits. A lot of other people have seen it too. What do you feel after a year after making that film? What's your sense of, do you have a sense of distance from it, or do you still feel emotional when you look back at how you made it?
I'm trying to remember because I move very fast. I very quickly move on, and I've just finished as I sit here. Just few days back, we finished shooting a very, very important film of our times called The Vaccine War. So while the whole world is still discussing the Kashmir Files, I don't think...
Some Israelis in particular.
A lot of people discuss that. But because people have used this as a weapon, you know, and they do it for their own vested interests. But I have moved on. We already finished Vaccine War, and now I am into compiling all the 4-year-old research which has been going on in 7-8 cities for the Delhi Files, and going to write the script of Delhi Files. But okay, so the Kashmir Files...
Which you still haven't told us what Delhi Files is about.
What Delhi Files is about, when Delhi Files comes, we'll talk about it. Otherwise, people are going to make my life hell. So they won't let me live in peace. But as far as the Kashmir Files is concerned, Kashmir Files, if you have to make a balance sheet, I really don't know what the terror groups and people who support them ideologically, or people who are against the Kashmir Files, what is their balance sheet. But as far as I am concerned, what it has done is that the film used itself as soft power of India, and diplomatically it convinced many, many policymakers in the world, and I have a list of all those policymakers and some of the top policymakers of the world. And I just came here, I was recording something in the room because the Speaker of US Congress asked me to make a video on Kashmir after seeing the film, the Speaker, McCarthy, who's just been elected. So in UK Parliament, in Germany, in Holland, in USA, obviously, in South Africa, Johannesburg, in India, so many policymakers have become aware of a problem which they were not aware, A. Second, a lot of people were aware, but they used to think that Kashmir is not an Indian land, and we have illegally occupied it because that's what the propaganda has been for so many years. And when the news of killings used to come, people used to believe that Indian army is killing Muslims in Kashmir. And only after seeing the film, they, for the first time, they got to know that, oh, there were people from other communities also who lived in Kashmir. Like when you think of Iran or Iraq or Afghanistan, the only thing you can think of, some of the most educated people here would think that only Muslims live in these countries. And that's exactly how Kashmir was positioned. By who? By our own people. So that myth has been busted. Second thing is, now you see, also you see that Kashmir is being debated almost every second day now. Even one killing in Kashmir becomes a national news, which is a very, very big thing for a film to achieve. Which other film, I don't think, in recent history has been able to create so much of conversation around a theme. So, okay, and also something which we believe is a matter of pride for us, and which has actually done a big thing. And since you are from, you know the film industry very well, mark my words, not today, but after a few years, or maybe when I am not on this earth, people will understand the value of a jury chairman to come on a stage and call this film propaganda and vulgar. Why it is very important for them to come out, at least now you know what happens when you disrupt a corrupt, lethal ecosystem. And after a few years, you will understand the contribution of the Kashmir Files in India's socio-political relevance, and you will understand how many enemies of India we have busted and exposed. So this is the balance sheet of Kashmir Files.
The unfortunate bit, of course, is that the Kashmiri Pandits are still where they were,
No,
abandoned
no,
by the
no,
state.
no, I don't think so. It's not true. It's not true. If you start calculating life on every second, every day basis, then perhaps yes. But no, today Kashmir, government is pushed, government is forced. I know, I meet these people. I know how much stress and pressure Prabhu would know. They are to solve this problem. Every second day their high-powered meetings are happening in PMO or HMO or somewhere. They are really concerned about it. All media channels are talking about it. This is all a film can do. I mean, if you think that we are going to really pick up Kashmiri Pandits, take them to Kashmir, if you expect that from me, then thank you very much. But I don't think this is, I signed for that.
But you did sign up for the community to express their pain, to express their trauma. And it was a lot of trauma. It's a lot of pain that they continue to suffer. Their continual targeting killings, even now in Kashmir. Does that not still bother you?
No, what bothers me is that every day some Hindu is being killed in Kashmir. And still people think Kashmir Files is propaganda. That's what bothers me. And that's why I made the film so that the younger generation knows. And it's not about Hindu and Muslim, it's about terrorism. The problem is that people don't have the spine to stand up and say, yes, terrorism exists in Kashmir and people are killed because of their religion. I did not kill 36 Sikhs in Kashmir. 36, you know that. Nobody talks about it. They were not Hindus. They were Sikhs. They call themselves different from Hindus. They were also killed. So many army personnel have been killed. And when people say that Muslims are also being killed in Kashmir, why didn't you show that? Which Muslims are being killed? Let's talk about that. This is the first time I'm talking about it. Which Muslims have been killed? Muslims who are working for Government of India. Police, constables, postmasters, Doordarshan officers, teachers who are in Kendriya Vidyalaya, which is central government. Anybody who said, we believe in India, or we are with India, or we respect Indian flag, those people were killed. And who had to leave Kashmir? Not even one Muslim. Have you ever met any Muslim living outside Kashmir who says, I was thrown out of Kashmir? So this is, what is propaganda? It's for you to decide what is truth and what is propaganda. I think even an idiot 5-year-old child can also understand, but then a lot of, journalists and filmmakers don't understand that.
Vivek, one of the problems, I can say this also because I belong to the Pandit community. One of the problems has been the debate around the film. The film itself is undeniably true. The debate around it has become quite toxic. Do you regret that?
No, how can I be responsible for somebody else's actions? My company is called I Am Buddha, so I believe in some Buddhist teachings, and if somebody throws dirt at you, I am not responsible for that. Is that person who's responsible? I didn't start the debate. Did I make it toxic? Who's making it toxic? I am not the jury chairman who stands up and says it's propaganda and vulgar.
But
I'm not a
the
film
only one.
director who says this film must not go for Oscars.
Yeah.
Am I that person? I'm not saying it. It's somebody from Bollywood who's saying it. Anurag Kashyap said it. And he said it when there was no discussion of Oscar. Why did he say that? Ask him. Don't ask me. I am not the toxic person. Toxic are those people who did let it happen for last 30 years and now they want to kill me because I exposed them. That's why they're coming on stage. We are disruptors. We have disrupted what? I have not disrupted Bollywood like Bollywood people want to believe. I have disrupted this hypocrisy. I have disrupted this truth. This film, we made it, you have seen the film. Anybody who believes in Saraswati would know. Anybody who has little conscience would know how much honesty and sincerity with which we have made this film. How much responsibility we have taken to show human emotions when we made this film. Every Kashmiri Pandit knows that. Every human being knows that. It's not we are making it a debate. We wanted people, and who are these people who are making it toxic? The same people who say Black Lives Matter and we should have empathy and compassion for blacks. We should have compassion and empathy for everything, dogs, cats, ants. rats and everything, but you should have no compassion and empathy. There are cat mothers and cat fathers on Twitter, and the same people go and they abuse Kashmir Files and they laugh at the killings and the murder of your brothers and sisters. It's not me who should be angry, it's you who should be angry. You means, I mean, your community should be angry. But that community never got angry. They started educating their children. And today, I was recently, very, very recently, I was in America. Golden Globe people had invited me. They wrote about us also, our film. But sadly, they saw our film when all the selections were done. And they told me this thing, that Kashmiri Pandit community is the most educated and perhaps one of the richest ethnic communities in US.
That's right.
All right? Then who should be angry? Not me.
Vivek, you've always been an outlier, even in your own industry. You've always...
It's not my industry, by the way. I belong to Indian cinema industry. I don't belong to Bollywood. I resigned from Bollywood.
Why did you resign from Bollywood, and why doesn't Bollywood like you? Why doesn't it... I mean, it's a tremendous... Bollywood worships money, okay? We all know that. I mean, there's not been a more profitable film in recent history than Kashmir Files. Why do they still not like you?
Close your eyes and think of Congress of 2011 to 2014. Think of that phase of Congress. I'm not saying how it is today. Corrupt, arrogant, debauch, totally indifferent. Yeah, debauch, yeah. Totally indifferent, greedy, ready to sell Indian interests, which they still do. Okay, always talking enemies' language, nothing to do with India's common man's concerns. That's how Congress was. This is exactly what Bollywood is today. Exactly. And that's why people are revolting. They are rebelling against Bollywood, because Bollywood is not what middle class common Indians want to identify with, the kind of Bollywood we have today. See all the top 10 stars, directors, producers. Look at their faces. Imagine, close your eyes right now at this moment. Tell me which one of them actually represent Indian ethos or Indian culture or Indian society.
Yet you have a movie.
Then how can I belong there? Every word of mine, every pore of my body exudes Indian culture, Indian ethos, Indian philosophy. How can I fit in over there? So that's why they cancelled me.
They cancelled you, but you cancelled them in return.
Oh yeah, why not?
But
I'm not Gandhi.
Yet you have a movie like Pathan, which comes in again, wins over the box office, and Bollywood is rejoicing again. Great times are back. We're back in business.
Good for them. Good for them. It's just I don't know if it's the beginning of an end or it's the end of a beginning. I don't know. We'll know in some time. I mean, see, this is the problem. Not even once, till date, you show me one place where I have spoken about the commercials or box office or the success of Kashmir Files. Every single day I am working almost door to door to ensure, even when I'm sitting here right now, just now since I have come in the afternoon, we are making a docu-series called Kashmir Unreported. You know, on the history, art, literature, culture, this thing. We are working on that. My idea is to use cinema as a soft power, as a diplomatic tool to tell the world what we failed to tell the world in last 70 years, that yes, we are responsible people, we understand human rights, and we are not the kind of people you want to believe. I want Indian cinema to do to India what Hollywood did to USA, but unfortunately we still want to go and showcase this blockbuster and say this is what we are all about. We are not about that. I'm not that. I'm definitely not that. I'm not proud of that cinema. Then how can I belong there? Let them be happy. Time very soon, lots of films are coming in next few months. You will see how middle class reacts to it.
Do you think the resurgence of Southern cinema or the rise of Southern cinema or its emergence on the national scene has something to do with the fact that people are tired or jaded about Bollywood?
I don't think so. This is also very hyped up thing.
Do you think it's a nonsensical debate?
South makes so many hundreds of films. 2-3 films working nationally and globally is a wonderful sign. It means it's the re-emergence of Indian cinema. And I'm happy. I hope that Bengali cinema, Marathi cinema, Gujarati, all kinds of cinema becomes prosperous. And we also give birth to something called Hindi cinema, okay, which has
is
died.
different from.
There is no Hindi cinema anymore. Where is Hindi cinema? Name one.
What is Bollywood producing then?
Crap. Junk.
In which language?
What does McDonald produce? Tell me one thing. You have been here. Let me ask you an academic question. It sounds academic, but it's a very simple question, right? Tell me in last 5 years or last 10 years, name how many great writers, directors, actors, music directors, what have you produced? Name one. Huh? Yeah, obviously. Why not?
Talk show host.
Yeah. So, but I mean, somebody who has contributed to cinema. I'm not saying somebody who's like, how do you define brilliance and excellence? You don't. Somebody who has contributed. You say, yeah, this is the contribution to cinema. Has anybody done R&D? Zero. Which industry in the world can ever grow or survive by spending 0% R&D in their entire 2,000-3,000 crores? The films you're talking about, it's such a big blockbuster and all that. It's like, अब देखिए आप कहीं भी बंदर का डांस होता है 50-100 लोग तो इकट्ठे ही हो जाते हैं. No, there's a difference between cinema and circus. Even circus is entertainment. The problem is the Bollywood has a circus mentality. That's why in their films, one of the biggest, most successful dialogue is cinema means entertainment, entertainment, entertainment. So does circus. So does bandar ka dance. Even that girl walking on that rope, that tightrope, she's also entertaining people. But is this what cinema should be used for? That is my question. I said, I don't belong here. I will not use it for that. For me, it is not just entertainment. When I walk into somebody's house in US, I want them to say, oh, acha, you guys make cinema and you make good cinema. People just laugh wherever you go. They say, oh, we are very popular in Germany. For what?
For song and dance.
Huh?
Our song and dance.
Song and dance, and which is also not something which is of exceptional quality. The same dances I'm seeing. I mean, if you just put a blob on the hero's face or heroine, I mean, if you edit some big stars clips, you won't even know which one is from which film. You won't know. It's a sad commentary, and I think it's time that instead of glorifying, we ask questions. I started asking questions. These people say we should speak truth to power. We should dissent against the establishment. What else am I doing? What else am I doing? And the people who go to JNU and stand up there and who say, I am here to speak truth to power, they don't have the bloody balls or guts to speak truth to power. The power is what? The producer, director who are making these films. They can't utter a word. What are they talking about?
But Vivek, when you talk about creative consciousness, you're always talking about rebelling, of being, in a constant state of change. Yet here you seem to be almost endorsing the state, or the state is endorsing you. Sometimes it's difficult to
endorsing
tell.
What?
The state, the government. Sometimes it's difficult to figure, is the government endorsing you and benefiting from you, or are you benefiting from the government? Which is true? Either true?
This is a trick question. Have you stopped beating your wife? So it's a very trick question.
No, I know that you can't beat your wife. No one can beat her.
See, I'll tell you what. I have grown in an India where I have always seen filmmakers supporting their prime minister. Okay?
Whoever the prime minister.
Rajkumar, Raj Kapoor, Lata Mangeshkar, Devanand, everybody, you see so many pictures with Nehru and Indira Gandhi. Nehru has said so much about Bollywood. Indira Gandhi has said so much about Bollywood. There has been exchange, and for all political processions or when they have to raise funds and all, Bollywood has been there. So there has been a great relationship, Bollywood and this thing. Okay, and previous government also I have seen, they were like, they used to, I know people, by name and by this thing. They would walk into 10 Janpat Road like they were walking into their cousin's house, you know. And I know so many people. The problem is that...
Name.
No, but let's not, and it's not appropriate. Okay, if they name me, then I will name them. So, but what happened in 2014, I received a letter signed by Amir Khan and this and that and everybody in the industry, and they said, now a fascist is coming and he's a dictator and all that, and we should not vote for it. And believe you me, you can, if you meet Pallavi ever, she's a very, very honest person. Ask her. I had no much clue about Mr. Narendra Modi. I didn't have much clue about him because I really don't care much about state chief ministers. If you ask me, okay, tell me something about Telangana's chief minister or Kerala's, I don't know much about them. So I didn't know much. But then I said, why are they doing this? And I started then researching, understanding, and I listened to a lot of videos, I spoke to a lot of people, and I said, it sounds good to me. You know, I want a modern person. I want somebody who wants India to grow and become developed, and I want somebody who gives us our spine back. And only for one reason, that here is a motivator, okay, or say a mass motivator who inspires the young people to have confidence in this country. I think nothing can be a bigger achievement than that. For rest of the thing, they are IS officers and everything. We need a leader who inspires people, makes them believe in this country, and from I can't do culture, shifts the mass psyche to can-do culture. I like these qualities of Mr. Narendra Modi, and I openly came out and said at that time, at the cost of being cancelled, that yes, I am going to support this person. And till date, I support the person. I don't support any party. If somebody is sitting here of BJP, they would know I don't even know anybody from BJP. The only person I support openly is Mr. Narendra Modi. Unless you give me a choice which is even 19, 19-20 बोलते हैं, 19 भी चलेगा, 18 भी चलेगा, 17 भी चलेगा. मैं तो इतना desperate हो गया हूँ, मैं तो कहता हूँ 2 भी चलेगा, 1 भी चलेगा, but don't give me 0, please. So the problem is the next choice is 0. That's the problem. It's a sad situation. It's not a good thing to do, you know.
We should have a strong opposition.
Of course, we should have great opposition, yes.
So, your situation in Bollywood, now let me understand this perfectly. Does anyone talk to you there, and do you care?
I don't even know. I mean, seriously, it's like asking a Kashmiri Pandit that the people who live in Kashmir right now, do they care about you or do they talk to you? So the answer is, we don't know. I don't know. अब जो गली छोड़ दी उसमें मुड़ के क्यों देखना? So I am just doing my kind of cinema. I am doing it independently, and just want to tell you, we are the only film making people or production house in this country, perhaps for the first time, which has a full-fledged, a huge research department. And all my money which I earn, I put it back into that. And every time I try to pick up more people. We are the only one, and we are trying to change the way this industry functions.
So when can we expect vaccine wars?
Vaccine war, we had announced a long time back. It's coming on the 11th of August this year. And I'm sure it will come on the 11th of August. Because we are going to stick. I know there are lots of people who announced after us. And they want us to leave. They say, कि ये कौन है, इनको भगाओ यहाँ से, ये काम game खराब करने
अभी भी कह रहे हैं?
पेपरों में ही छपता रहता है.
उन्होंने बॉक्स ऑफिस नहीं देखा कश्मीर फाइल्स का?
They think it's a fluke.
अच्छा.
They think they think BJP did it. So आपने भी सवाल वही पूछा. Everybody wants to believe that, but people don't understand that to do 350 crores is not easy. And if BJP had done it, the film wouldn't have been in conversation today. You wouldn't have invited me here.
That is true. Questions from the audience, please. There have been other films that the BJP has endorsed as well, which haven't done well at all.
No, but Hindi movies have always been endorsed by different prime ministers. Nehru ji ने शहीद फिल्म को इतना endorse किया था. इंदिरा गांधी मनोज कुमार की हर फिल्म को endorse करती थी. देवानंद की फिल्मों को भी करती थी. बाद में झगड़ा हो गया.
बाद में नहीं किया.
हाँ, सब करते आए हैं. उसमें कौन सी ऐसी बड़ी बात है? और अडवाणी जी करते रहे सारी जिंदगी. वाजपेयी जी करते रहे.
मतलब फिल्म क्रिटिक्स थे ना.
फिल्मों का शौक रखने में क्या बुरी बात है? और endorse क्या? I mean, let's I mean, चलिए छोड़िए बात.
बोलिए.
नहीं, कोई बात नहीं। और मैंने, मेरे लिए तो बहुत गर्व की बात है कि मेरे देश के प्रधानमंत्री ने मेरी फिल्म को एंडोर्स किया है, राइट? तो थैंक गॉड माफिया ने तो नहीं एंडोर्स किया है।
Question.
Good evening, sir. Uh, I think with good public receptions, our Hindu interest being showcased in pop culture in films like Kantara, Kartikeya, one Kashmir Files awakened so many people. So there is Marchi Japi, Nokali, Mopla, and several other historical facts that has to be presented to the people through pop culture, and it can awaken so many people. Do you think others are joining you in this particular movement and changing
Good.
India?
Okay. So, good. And this is something I want all of you to understand. And it's a very important question he has asked. Does the success of a film also creates platform for a lot of aspiring people to do that? Does a Tesla car change the way we drive, or is just one-off experiment? Kartike, by the way, is our film, okay? And try to understand this. Let's take two examples. You were just talking about Pathan becoming a blockbuster, which is truth, no problems. Everybody says BJP supported us, that's why this film became so big. Somebody should ask them also who supported you, why your film has become big. You will find, if you don't make this mistake of painting one film with political lens, the other one, अरे ये तो public चाहती थी. वो कौन सी public चाहती थी और किसको provoke करके वो film हिट हुई है, इस पे भी सवाल उठने चाहिए. और हर तरह के सवाल उठने चाहिए. Why should, मैं पहले बोलता नहीं था, now I have decided I'll speak. Why question should be asked only to me? Is it a crime to make a movie? Ask them also भाई कि आपने तो कहीं कुछ corruption नहीं किया उसको हिट करने के लिए, आपने तो कुछ unethical, गलत चीज, illegal चीज नहीं की. These questions should be asked when you meet them next time. Okay, now try to understand this. So take these two great examples. One film with 0 stars, 0 marketing, I mean paid marketing, which is like hoardings and all those things, no theaters, a film which started marketing itself 6 months ago in foreign lands with our own money, became a huge blockbuster, okay? And behind that, nobody thinks that I had sacrificed, me, my family, my children, people who worked with me, we had sacrificed 10 years, 2010 to 2020, 12 years of our life. Everybody used to feel great, अरे बुद्धा in a traffic jam तो release नहीं हुई, but we did that. We made Buddha in a traffic jam, we made Bharat ki khoj, we made Tashkent Files. We kept doing, we kept growing one by one, and after the Kashmir Files, today we have commissioned so many researchers on different day. After, on the 12th, I am going to Machar Japi. From there, I am going to where the great action day took place. Our 4 teams are right now making videos, researching those 99-year-old, 102-year-old people who are survivors of great action day in Bangladesh, in Rangoon, in Tripura, right now as I speak to you right now. And I'll put their pictures on Twitter once I go back to my room. This is what we are doing right now. We are investing back in research. The vaccine war, we have made with the money, 100% of the money which we made in Kashmir Files, and it's a smaller film than the Kashmir Files, so you would understand that we have made at least lesser money than what people claim we have made. Now ask them the same question. We are getting new actors, we are getting new music directors, we are getting new editors, we are giving chance to a lot of people. We have started a boutique industry which is parallel, and we write good language. Ask them the same question. Who are going to be the beneficiaries of your blockbuster success? Just see who are the beneficiaries of their success, see who are the beneficiaries of our success, and you don't have to be an expert, you will know what kind of cinema India should be making and celebrating.
Good. Yes, please.
Good evening, sir. आपकी फिल्म में एक बहुत ही strong dialogue था when Pallavi ma'am says, सरकार उनकी है तो क्या हुआ, system तो आज भी हमारा है. Do you see that system changing slowly in India?
Of course, and see, system will change. It will take a lot of time. Please understand, there are a lot of people who are disrupting. There are 2-3 kinds of people in my mind. Okay, one, जो कि ठीक है सरकार है तो उसकी रास्ते में चल दिए. What happens when a strong government comes? Lot of other people get empowered whose voices were not heard. Look at Sai. He is a disruptor. He has disrupted a narrative. He has punctured that narrative. And there are lots and lots of people like that. Believe you me, I know at least so many people, 10, 15 people I know very closely. They are disrupting the system differently, but they are indeed changing the system. It will take time. My generation is not going to change, but the next generation, when they will say, see, when people change system, when they understand it is possible. India has been living in a defeatist society for 70 years. We were trained, we are conditioned like rats get conditioned. We are conditioned that we can't do it. India can't do it. इसलिए हम अपने बच्चों से कहते हैं बाहर वाले क्या बोलेंगे, ऐसा मत करो. क्योंकि हमें कभी अपने बच्चे की चिंता नहीं होती, हमें बाहर वालों की चिंता होती है. That's our biggest problem. And today we are shifting, the society is shifting to can-do culture. I made this film, The Vaccine War. Who knows who made Indian vaccine? Does anybody know who made this vaccine? Our own vaccine? Who made? This is the problem with this country. When I'll make this film, trust me, today we are sitting here, 15th August, how many people are going to attack me? Because they don't know the truth. And when truth will be told to them, they will say, नहीं ये तो झूठ बोल रहा है. क्योंकि भेड़िया आया, भेड़िया इतनी आदत लग चुकी है कि अब वो आपको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है. No. The vaccine was made by Indian Council for Medical Research and National Institute of Virology. And that candidate was given to Bharat Biotech, which is a manufacturing facility. They put it in bottles. But how it has been projected by media? That Adar Poonawala and these people. No, Adar Poonawala's vaccine was made by AstraZeneca. This vaccine was made by NIV and ICMR. And if I tell you something, you will be shocked. You won't believe it. That 80% people who worked to make this vaccine were all women. And the kind of women which the left of India doesn't even want to believe that they are empowered, because they have no vanity. Because they look like ordinary grandmothers and all, and these women stayed in the lab, inside the lab, in those suits which have got an oxygen pipe on the top for months. For months. I know when you'll see the film, you'll know, because this film uses the real names, not any other name, uses the real people. You will be shocked that one of them, one of the main scientists, her child went through so much of mental trauma that is going through therapy right now. Okay, one of the scientists' daughter had some eye issue. Because the mother could not attend to her for 9 months or 7 months, she developed a tumor and she has a massive problem. These women, वो अपने पति की भी सेवा करती रहीं, सास ससुर की भी करती नहीं. If somebody was sick, they made काढ़ा and sent it to their homes. They washed utensils, घर भी साफ करती नहीं, और वही अपनी सिलबिल्लों की तरह से साड़ी पहन के, they kept making the vaccine inside. Do we ever celebrate them? Never. Never, because nobody wants you to believe in the power of Indian middle class women and how they are shining. And that's why I said nobody on this earth is going to make this film, a film called Vaccine War. Who's going to make that? And that too about these 50, 60-year-old, very grandmother looking like women. Who's going to celebrate them? And who's going to celebrate scientists who are called virologists and not called rocket scientists? Because you don't want to send your child to NASA. Or you want to send your child to NASA, not to some virology lab. No Indian has this ambition, my son should become a virologist. Even after being locked in your houses for 2 years. Isn't this a powerful subject? So we said we'll make this film. Nobody gave us money. But all the studios want to invest 200 crore rupees in me right now per film. All the stars want to work with me. But then for this film, nobody was willing to give even 1 penny, even after the Kashmir files. So we said, what the hell, we'll make it with our own money, but we'll make this film. And we have finished shooting.
Wonderful. Who all wanted to work with you, Vivek? Everyone.
barring top 3 people.
They all wanted to work with you.
Most of them want to work with me, yes. They keep calling me, sending me feelers. Every studio wants to work with me. But no, we have not changed. We are still making small-sized, not medium, small-sized, non-starrer films, spending a lot of money and time on research and making films which are going to change India's narrative globally. This is our mission.
Wonderful. Any last questions? Just quickly, and then we'll let
evening.
Vivek go.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
This is Aishwarya here.
Sorry, I couldn't get your name.
I'm Aishwarya. I have a quick question to you, sir. As you have said that you have been using cinema as a tool, as a power, soft power. So I want to know, do you have any plan of making an entertainment movie in the future?
See, I'm sorry, but this is how you have been brainwashed and conditioned. You have been told that entertainment is useless and meaningless. That's why I was comparing it with circus, because all we have seen in last 10 years is circus. No, very rarely any film addresses the society. So you have started believing entertaining means some light-hearted song, dance, drama. The song in my film, Hum Dekhenge, has been a chart buster, has been the most successful song of my career. So it's not that anything which is not meaningless is entertainment. Entertainment simply means something which engages you and shows you a new perspective or takes you into an orbit where you otherwise cannot go. And that's my effort, to take you into so many universes where you yourself can't go. Sadly or happily, that universe is going to be, as long as I am alive, about Bharat and India.
That gentleman, and then we call it a day. Yes.
Not really a question, it's a thanks for day one to Indian Express, to Lakshmi ma'am, to Piyush Chawla ji. It was a wonderful day, and the last 1 hour was just like what we watched in Port of Spain years ago. Sunil Gavaskar scored century number 1, Sai Deepak, and then it was followed by G.R. Vishwanath's brilliant century, and India has won. Thank you, India, today.
Thank you very much for being a wonderful audience. Thank you, Vivek,
Thank you.
for
Thank you,
always
Vivek.
taking all my questions, even if they're rude. Thank you very much.